So welcome back, students. Today we will just discuss on the Marx theory of economic development. As we all know, Karl Marx is one of the famous economists who had propounded or developed certain theories. Okay, and one of his theory it relates to economic development. Okay, and in his particular theory, he do explain how the economy grow, how what are the stages that the economy has to pass through in order to reach that stage of development. In his theory, he did also explain the decline of capitalism. Okay, he did mention like in the early ages of man. Okay, what we learn is that different economies of the world are under the control of the capitalist. Okay, these capitalists do really form a major part of a particular society. They do control almost all or whatever is there in the society or the economy. They do dominates. Okay, and in this very theory of his, he do also explain. Okay, not only uh, the the collapse of the capitalist society or capitalism, but he also gave a word on the emergence of socialism. Okay, so here in his very theory, it comprises a variety of ideas in which he start right from the very beginning, the story of man or the story of yes, the story of man. What do he need right from the early start? Okay, he discussed when he reached that point when he has absolute control almost everything. Okay, he also explained that point when his rules start to collapse, that is the capitalist rules start to decline or collapse. He did also explain how socialism comes into the picture. Okay, so let us just go through on what are the main ideas of his theory. Okay, the first point is the materialistic interpretation of history. Here, Karl Marx, okay, on explaining his very theory, he do start right from the very stage when we know that man must eat to survive. Okay, he need to eat food. Okay, he need to obtain shelter in order to survive. Okay, so in order to eat, in order to survive, he need to produce food, he need to produce commodities, so on and so forth. So if you look at that particular stage, that is a stage, it so to say, it was the early stage. Okay, when man realized that his only requirement is food, that's all, so to say, in which man has not become greedy. Okay, whatever he get, whatever he can satisfy himself, okay, to survive, that means when he get food, he remain contented with that. Okay, and if you look at that particular period, peace, harmony do rule, do reign the society. Okay, because for example, if I am in under such a society, whatever food I need I get, I'm satisfied, I feel happy. And I'm not the only one, we're all like that in our society. So yes, peace do reign in such a society. But as years pass by, what man realized that he don't need only food, he needs so many other things. Okay, and at that point of time he start to struggle. Okay, at that point of time, he also do realize that yes, in order to get food he need to produce. It's fine, he can get it, but he also realized that there are there are certain things that he cannot produce. Okay, so from that point of time there are changes, or the society start to change. It has become a society which involve struggles, stress, and strain. Okay, and uh, in that in that particular era, what we can say that it did pass on through a variety of stages. The society do pass on, do undergo a certain stages. The first stage, what we learn, is the primitive stage, like what I've been telling you just now, a stage in which man need only food to survive, nothing more. Okay, besides the primitive stage or the aesthetic stage, we also have the slavery stage. Besides, we also have the feudal state. We also have the capitalist stage. Okay, so if you trace right from the early start, yes, the society do change, do pass on through so many stages. The first one, we have the primitive stage, then comes the slavery stage, then comes the feudal stage, and finally we have the capitalist stage. And under the first stage, that means under the primitive or the aesthetic stage, okay, everything that is there in a society, it belongs to the society. Okay, that means the whatever factors of production, whatever resources that they do have, everything belongs to the society. It is being controlled and owned by the society as a whole. But if you look at the other stages, be it the slavery stage, the feudal stage, the capitalist stage, in the other three stages, what we learn is that those factors of production, the resources that is there in the society or in the country, whatever wealth that is there inside a country or a society, it belongs not to the community or to the society, but instead it belongs to certain groups of people. Okay, and furthermore, what we can say is that the first stage, that primitive stage, it can also be termed as a classless society, in which in which everyone are equal. Nobody can say that he's rich, nobody can say he's poor. They're all equal. So to say, it is a classless society. Whereas in the other stages, what we can learn is that this society is divided into groups, okay, or classes. We have we have the rich, we have the poor, okay, we have the dominant, we also have the oppressed classes. Okay, so under this in this way, this society or the country do undergo a lot of changes. So because I've been telling you the society is divided, okay, in which we have the rich, we have the poor, and this group of individual whom they call themselves as the rich people or the dominant group, they do try to dominate, they do try to exploit, they do try to control almost everything in the society. So at that point of time, there is a state of tension and conflict. Groups of people, be it the rich and the poor, one try to fight with the other. Okay, because these people, they are, because they realize that because they are rich, they are powerful, they do try to exploit the poor people. Okay, and the poor people, even though they realize that they are very poor, they are powerless, they do try to fight against the rich. Therefore there's always a revolt, okay? There always a conflict, tensions in the society, okay? And this themselves, these uh, these uh, these revolts, these conflicts do change this, or do transform, do shape the structure of the entire society at that point of